Florida is very far, about 2,000 miles from the equator. That's really far. So why is Florida always so warm and almost never get snow? Gulf Stream brings warm water up from the south, while West Coast cold water flows down from the north. Florida is not very far from the equator. It's only 2,000 miles away. The circumference of the Earth is about 25,000 miles, which means from the equator to the poles is about 6,250 miles. So Florida is closer to the equator than it is to the North Pole, because it is wrapped in ocean that is mostly on the equator. Florida is relatively much closer to the equator than it is to the North Pole, and also Gulf warm waters go up there to Florida. The combination makes Florida living hell. The same reason Europe is a lot warmer than Canada. Gulf Stream, Florida is hot due to its subtropical location, receiving strong sunlight year-round. The Gulf Stream, a warm ocean current, further raises temperatures by warming coastal waters. Combined with high humidity, these factors create Florida's consistently hot climate. Also, if you look along the same line around the globe, you'll see a lot of major deserts. Because it's still 4,200 miles from the North Pole, it's not that warm. It's subtropical. It's only warm relative to the rest of the US and to Europe. It can get coldish in the winter. I've seen 45-degree weather before. It's not t-shirt and shorts weather. It's a problem because a lot of houses here don't have heaters. But that kind of weather is typically brief. A few days, then back to warmer weather. Most of FL is closer to the equator than Death Valley. Florida is another name for hell. You're living in hell. Run. I really underestimate the power of 23 earth science classes in high school. Local lit regarding ocean currents. Water helps maintain a stable climate from both cold and heat by humidifying the air. Florida is very wet, so you aren't going to see cold winters ever. The heat Florida experiences isn't as bad as you would think. It's the humidity from the Gulf current that causes that and makes it harder for your body to cool down via sweating. I live a few parallels north of you, but on the other side of the country, and wow, your highest temperature is only 109. Humidity would actually kill you at that temp. I kid, our highest temperature here is 117. This isn't Texas, this is simply Northern California. Noxious gases from all the retirees. Trust me, I'm an ex-Floridian. I mean, it's the same distance between the pole and equator as Arizona and the Sahara Desert. You should be asking why it's not hotter. Also, due to Earth's tilt, the hottest parts are at the tropics, of which Florida is under 200 miles away from. Here is an excellent question. If CO2 is denser than air and will sink in air and form a layer closest to the ground, how is it creating greenhouse effects in our upper atmosphere? Lived in Quito for a few years. It's never below 10 degrees C or higher than 24 Celsius. It's perfect weather. The hot air that spews from DeSantis' wretched maw causes extremely high temperatures and humidity.